name is Nat from the Traveling Foxes, and today's vlog is going to be about solo female traveling, and that is why I've invited my friend Princess Manzon, who is a lifetime traveler. I wanted to talk to you about your advice for those people who want to travel solo and who haven't done it before and want to try it for the first time. You've been traveling solo quite a lot, and you've been going to different parts of the world. And why travel solo when you can travel with friends and family?
Yeah, I think it's important to travel on your own also. Like traveling with friends and families, it's good, but then there's so many things that you need to think about, or like there's always, you know, your friend or your sister wants to do something else and you kind of like have to be there with everybody. And traveling solo allows you to just be and do what you want to do.
It's your own time. And aside from that, I think you also grow as a person because you have to do everything yourself. You can't rely on anyone.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your last solo travel?
Yeah, I went to Chiang Mai on my own for a month.
Wow, traveling on her own for a month. That's quite long, no?
Right, but it allows you to really integrate into doing something on your own and having your own little space. It gives you enough time to settle into a place and you know a little bit of that place.
The longest solo travel I've done was like 1 week, so
wow.
It's nothing compared to what you've done. So tell me more about your trip to Chiang Mai. What did you do for a month?
The idea was for me to take intro to Thai massage course. Yes. I was planning to stay for a week and ended up extending, and I'm like, okay, my visa's running out. And so for the whole month I was just learning about massage and other healing modalities. When you travel to these places, it's not about spirituality. It's more of like getting in touch with yourself. For example, in Manila, right? It's crazy when you're here. It's like so many noises. We have a lot of friends.
Everyone's
meet all the time, eat, drink, party, and then
it's a fast life.
Yeah.
Fast life.
But when you go to these places, you get to know yourself more and what you like you enjoy on your own, and you want to take that home with you so then you can practice that every day. Like for example, I didn't know that I actually enjoyed like having my mornings on my own because I'm used to like living with other people.
I'm traveling to the US in a few days, right? And the itinerary is going to be hectic. I'll be doing so many different things. I'm going to be in a city, I'm going to go hiking, I'm going to go rock climbing, and then I'm going to a wedding. It's like the trip is so diverse. So before traveling, and I'm not sure if a lot of you experience this, but like I get anxiety before traveling, and I'm a travel vlogger, yet I still get anxiety. Like, do you still get anxiety when you travel?
It depends. I get anxiety every day. It doesn't matter if I'm traveling. That's why I'm like trying to be spiritual. Anxiety, regardless if we're traveling or not, it comes from something, right? When you travel or before you travel, you get anxious because
there's just so many things to think about. There's also the anxiety of like missing your flight. It's just that your brain gets overwhelmed with all this information and you're scared that you miss out on something.
So do you miss out when you travel?
Mostly no. I get to prepare everything, but it's just so normal.
Because of the anxiety, you get to prepare.
Yeah. You guys try that? Like before you fly out, you cannot sleep. It's like you're waiting for your alarm to come out because you're scared.
Excited.
It's excited, but also scared that you'll miss your alarm. How do people overcome that? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person.
It's anxiety. You're right. You just have to know that you're anxious. And
you have to accept it.
Yes, and you have to prepare. Because with me, I'm not a planner, sorry mom. I'm so like random and spontaneous. But most of the time when I do that, I always forget about something. Or sometimes I'm like so anxious, I overpack and then I use only half of my luggage. You just have to know what's causing all these anxiety and to honor that and say, okay, this is how much I should be spending and preparing and how much energy or emotion I should invest in this kind of anxiety, because at the end of the day it's like, what was that all for, you know? Sometimes when we're anxious or when we're stressed, we put that energy into different directions. For example, I'm traveling in 2 weeks and I'm spending time with my friends and I'm like, I'm so anxious, you know, and then the meeting or the party goes wrong because you're putting that negative energy into your current situation. So there should be a channel on how you put it. So I think best way to deal with it is to write down what you want to do or what you need to prepare.
So
like,
it's pre-planning.
yeah, like what kind of clothes do I need to bring? Like in Chiang Mai, I knew I was going to do massage courses, so I wasn't going to bring like my backpack shorts or my beach wear because I'm massaging, right?
Yeah.
For you, for example, you're doing like a long trip, right? Like you're hiking, so you need a lot of gear for that.
So I guess the first tip for pre-planning is obviously find a quiet place where your mind can be relaxed and you can write down everything. So write down the clothes you need to prepare if you want to do it on a day-to-day basis or an activity
Some
base.
people do that. They even draw like, this is how I want to look.
Yes, especially if you're an Instagrammer or a blogger. Prepare your toiletries, everything you need for your body, and the technology stuff,
the equipment
plugs,
they need.
your laptop, and things we always forget, like an extra battery or your phone wire. Charger is always the most common thing.
Or your hiking shoes, please. Because they're quite expensive. You don't want to buy it like, oh, I forgot my shoes. I think also it's good to know like what kind of environment you'll be in. Like I know a lot of girls, they get too excited and they just want to be there as themselves. In places like it's more conservative, you have to know how people dress up. Before I left Manila, I was like dressing up, like sexy and all that.
Your backpack shorts.
Yes.
Dressing like a local, I guess, would be also kind of important.
Yes,
like blending in so you don't
in.
stand out.
Yes. And get that extra attention, diba? Like, like that.
Because number one, if you look like a tourist, then you're more likely going to be targeted for, scams or you're going to be sold more expensive goods than the normal price.
Especially as a girl and you're walking around the city alone, and you don't want that extra attention.
As a tourist, I mean, it's so normal to get lost, but it's good to pretend not to be lost.
Yeah.
If you need to look at the map, don't look at a map in public asking for help. Go somewhere private, look at your map, or just ask one or two questions to people. But then that being said, it's also important to try and talk to the locals and get to know them. I mean, even if you're just traveling solo, it doesn't mean you have to be an introvert and be by yourself, because you're traveling to learn the culture. So you also have to talk to people and get out of your comfort zone to do that, to also get around.
I think it's also important to have an open mind. If we live in the same city, every day is kind of like the same, right? But over there, everything is wired differently and people think differently. And we just want to impose what we know or what we want. And for them, it's different. Like for example, I got on a bike, and before riding, I used to give the pay already. It was a woman driving. She forgot that I paid already. And it was supposed to be like 60 baht. And then she said, oh, you owe me 10 more because you only gave me 50. And I said, no, I give you 60, this and that. And it was like, we were trying to...
Like, it's just 10 baht, right? You don't want to fight over it. But the moment you start feeling scammed, then you get annoyed and you start, it ruins your day.
So I gave her 20 and like, okay, can you just go? And then I did not expect that she would come inside my school and talk to the lady there. So I guess the bottom line is to have an open mind, and if some things go wrong, be willing to let it go.
Yes.
Because there will always be something wrong within that travel. Not to anticipate, but just to like say, okay, that happened and I'm just
move on.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true, because when you travel, you come across a lot of obstacles. And it teaches you to move on, because especially if you have a full itinerary in front of you, if you hold on to one thing, then you're gonna miss out on everything else.
Speaking of moving on, don't get too attached. Because when you travel alone, you meet so many people. Like I've been, traveling single also, and so I open myself up to the people that I meet. And sometimes everyone who's traveling by themselves are so beautiful. They're so open-minded, and they want to know you, they want to know other people, and you fall in love, as a friend or as an attractive, opposite gender. And sometimes you think you're in love.
You think you found the one while traveling.
Because when you're traveling, everything is so beautiful and heightened up, right? And so I guess this is the reason why a lot of people, they find a girlfriend or a boyfriend while they're traveling. You long for something nice and beautiful and a connection.
And that's true. When you were traveling, especially when you're traveling solo, you realize it can get lonely right? So at the moment you can connect with someone, especially when you're in a country that doesn't speak the same language. You meet someone who speaks the same language as you. You find out you have common interests, and you start building something from there.
I'm going to hide. Guilty.
And then you realize that maybe, as Princess said, it's a great experience, but doesn't mean that's it. You just have to go back to where you come from, and then rethink what happened in the trip. Because again, everything's heightened. It's like you're in your vampire senses.
But that's beautiful about solo traveling also, right?
Yes.
Meeting a lot of people.
Meeting different cultures. Yeah. It's like a crash course on different cultures, especially if you're in a place with people from different countries. It's beautiful in its own way, right? Before traveling solo, always check what's going on in the country you're traveling to. Is it safe for women to travel there, or is it not? And don't fully rely on the media, because if you just rely on the news and what's happening, then you might not be able to travel anywhere, because the news just tells you bad news.
Yeah.
So there are many websites that share information if a country is safe for solo travelers or solo female travelers for that matter. So it's always best to check that before embarking on an adventure to an unknown country.
And check the weather.
The weather too.
Sometimes it would be rainy season and you get dengue or malaria or...
Okay, so Princess has actually brought with us some of her travel essentials that she wants to share with all of you. This is mine. I got
I don't carry this everywhere. My first travel essential that I take with me is peace.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So take peace wherever you go.
Yeah, so I recently just learned to, I guess, tune in and meditate. It's always good to tune into your body. So simple will be some mindfulness meditation, which is just awareness of the breath, breathing in and out. Also, I learned from my massage school about lymphatic drainage massage. Well, first thing in the morning, when I have the time, which usually I do because I don't have a job. Oops. So if you're hiring a massage therapist, this is called a dry brush. Usually you start from the feet going up. Our lymph nodes are here behind the knee, and then the groins, and then a big lymph node or nodes in the stomach going towards the heart.
Okay.
And then from the arm going down, it's usually here in the kilikili.
Armpits.
Armpits, yes. So you have to do it while your skin is dry before you go into the shower, and it will stimulate your circulation. Very good. There, that's dry brushing. Yeah, and then I learned also my gua sha.
And she gave me one, so thank you.
Yeah, so this is good for the back and the body, but a lot of the vloggers or the people in the beauty and wellness industry, they use the stone one.
It's jade, right?
Jade stone. First of all, you open the node, so it has to be going down because the lymph nodes are here, and then going through the jaw, and then like that, so upwards. And it stimulates also like the circulation in the face. If you have puffy,
I always have a puffy face in the morning. You just look terrible when you wake up.
And if you have a shoot.
And if you have a shoot first thing in the morning, it doesn't look very...
So you can use this. It's also good for tension in the head and migraine. So yeah, because you can do it all the way to the head, to the back of the neck. When we're traveling, I have my probiotics. I think I mentioned this to you. Because we're not used to all the food that we're eating all the time,
That's true.
right? I mean, when we travel,
sometimes it's more spicy or more oily, especially when you're doing street food adventures.
Yes, and you don't want to miss out. You know, you have to try the local food. I think it's a very important part of traveling. But I had inflammation last year. Apparently, for some people, especially myself, it's hard for me to digest beans and soy, and I was eating a lot of that for 2 months. So I had like inflammation in my wrist and my joints, and it took me a while to get rid of that. I went on a cleanse and then went on probiotics. It helped me clean my stomach. When your gut is in good condition, your brain and your whole being is also in a very good condition. I started becoming happy and energetic.
And I believe that because everything's connected. So if you're stressed, you're gonna affect all the parts of your body. You're more likely to get sick, right? So
and if your stomach is you know, if you have a pain in your stomach or you did not digest your food well, then it's gonna like stop you from doing everything fun. Right?
Yes, that's true.
Because I don't really normally take medicine as much as I can. When I can't take it anymore, then I take like painkillers and stuff like that. But normally, you know, they say like prevention is better than cure, right? So I'm trying to be that.
Yes, because it's also healthier for the long term, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you take some medications, there's always some side effects. So the more natural you can do it, the better.
Yeah, especially for medicine, like it always go to the kidney or the liver, and it's more damaging than just taking care of yourself before you actually get something. So this is the oil, the kit that I bring around with me. It has lavender, so if you have problems sleeping or relaxing, it's good,
which is very common when you're not on your own bed.
And also lemon is, of course, you're not gonna carry around lemon. So a good small bottle of lemon oil that is ingestible is good to put in your teacup. And
that's clever. It's like vitamin C.
Yes.
But non-capsule form.
And peppermint for me to like sometimes have like good attention because it wakes you up, or have like pain in the back from a lot of walking. I can also use that. Yeah.
Nice. Very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing it with our audience.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well, Princess. Where can we find you? Like, I will leave you. Where in the world
I'm like so shy now. I think I'm still lost. We're in BGC, right? Welcome to Manila, OMG.
And yeah, namaste.
Should do this.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching another vlog from the Traveling Foxes. For more travel advice, please do subscribe and also click the bell.
The bell.
Not this bell, but the YouTube bell.
Oh, there's a YouTube bell. Oh my god. I should have made myself.
To get updated on when we post the video. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye.